Moya Greene and the Empire Strikes Back Club. Top of the morning to ya. Did you see Moya Greene speaking to the Empire Club of Canada? The Vancouver local of Cup W had a link to the video posted on their website, so they did. It was kind of ironic that she revealed the secret plans of her Death Star to the Empire Strikes Back Club, so it was. Catherine Not Too Swift gave a fine introduction, so she did, but when she was bragging about all of Moya Greene's accomplishments, she just expected us to take them without thinking about what she was saying. For example, Bombardier. Yes, Moya Greene was responsible for something at Bombardier, but if you look at the stock, it wasn't anything good, so it wasn't. Oh, and yes, CN too. She was responsible for the privatization and deregulation of CN, but when you look at all the train derailments and the lack of public accountability, was that really a good thing? Being from Newfoundland, now that is something to brag about. Newfoundland's almost like Ireland. It's the place with heart. Being a lawyer from Newfoundland, well, that probably explains why she lost her heart and gave in and was overcome with corporate greed. Now back to her State of the Empire speech. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's long and painful, and I don't want another lawyer all up my grill about copyright infringements. But she did say a few things that made sense and were true. She talked about how well Canada Post was doing. She's talking about how efficient it is, how profitable it is, and she also talked about how the eyes of the public hold great trust in the employees of Canada Post, that they trust them with their mail. All these things are true statements. However, this precedent was established long before Moya Greene came into the picture. Now here she comes with her snake oil sales pitch, claiming credit for something that someone else has done before she reveals the Death Star plans. Okay, I'm running out of pictures, but there's 2 points to make. My problem with Canada Post is bigger than Moya Greene. Moya Greene was placed as CEO of Canada Post by the government for a specific reason. They knew her history, they knew her background, they knew her mandate, and she put her there to do a job. And the job they put her in to do was not a good one. If something's not broken, you don't fix it. If something's running smoothly and efficiently and you start changing everything, that's when problems happen. Let's not derail Canada Post. Okay, let's do some basic math and take a close look at the Moya Greene mandate. The transitive axiom of equality states that if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. It's a simple model-logical progression. Alright, in our equation at Canada Post, Moya Greene is A. Moya Greene claims to represent business. She claims to represent the private business sector. She specializes in privatization. She claims that she is successful in the private industry. Her track record at CN and Bombardier would dispute that fact. However, the government has placed her there pretending that she's good at business. So she claims she is business. She's good at business in the private sector and knows how to make a buck. Now, C in our equation represents the public and managers in the public sector. Moya Greene has gone on record to say that managers in the public sector have to deal with the public interest and are therefore more constrained. She goes on to say that the private sector is not open to be told anything by the public sector. It sees the public sector as incompetent in the areas of downsizing, implementing new technology, and strategic planning. Now, Moya Greene has gone on record to conclude in her mandate that there is a general belief in the private sector that public sector managers do not know anything. So basically, she's really clearly saying that the private sector think all her public sector managers are stupid and the public is stupid. Now, let's do the math and return to our equation, the transitive axiom of equality. If Moya Greene claims to represent business in the private sector, and Moya Greene claims that business in the private sector think that the public and all her managers in the public sector are stupid, then it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that Moya Greene thinks that the public and all of her managers in the public sector are stupid. I'm out of time, but I want to say that I completely disagree with the Moya Greene mandate. It is a dangerous precedent to conclude that the public is stupid and don't know what's best for them. Many tyrants and dictators have done this before, and that violates democracy. Privatization, just for the sake of circumventing public accountability, is not a good thing. Take a look at all the toxic waste that CN dumped into the Chickamus River from yet another derailment. That's what happens when you put a banker in charge who knows everything and thinks their managers are stupid. Their managers said, you can't make the trains so long because they'll derail, and you can't reduce the brake maintenance or they'll derail. But a banker knows better and says, you're stupid, I'm going to do it my way because I know how to make money. And I don't give a rat's ass about the public because they can sue me, I pay a fine, and I still make more money. That may be true. Moya Greene may know how to make a buck. But despite the public relations, she obviously doesn't give a buck about the people or the environment. Save the dream and stop Moya Greene. Don't let a banker derail Canada Post. If the people don't care, don't say anything, don't do anything, disaster is the result.